Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to check your neck. I can feel it easing straight away. Raising, letting the head tilt back, nudging the shoulder down. And like all of us, there's a lot going on. We invest in our health. Just another little couple of techniques of cranial balancing. E, S, R, and absorbed back into us as pure goodness. Thought patterns. Down the spine. Amethyst again, cooling stone with that lovely pointed end. Welcome back, Roisin.
Thank you.
Viewers have seen you before, having
Yes.
had Reiki. Yeah. And you're back this time because, tell me why.
So I've been getting a lot of tension behind my eyes, just sort of this big strip, and also because my ears are getting worse. They're very blocked. I think it's because listening to music when I was a teenager made me too loud. I'm not quite at it's not quite at the tinnitus level yet, but I'm noticing myself not being able to listen properly in conversations, or if there's a lot of noise, I find it really difficult to pick out individual voices. I probably shouldn't use cotton buds in my ear, but I do, because that's always how I clean them. But I know it's bad because it's probably pushing the earwax further back. And then, yeah, just feeling a lot of tension in my whole head. Everything just sort of feels quite tight. I just get a lot of eye strain by the end of the day. So I have booked for an eye test as well, just to rule that out in case it is my prescription and I haven't noticed.
So it's affecting deafness, like hearing.
Yeah.
Is it affecting balance at all?
No.
Is it itchy?
No.
Okay. And are you getting anything coming out of the ears?
No. I'm finding they're popping a lot more. And sometimes I get a ringing. It feels like the whole head, it'll just go and then stop.
And so you feel congested across the eyes.
Yeah.
And so are you describing that as a headache or just like a thick head?
It's just a thick head. It's just tension. Sometimes it is like a headache right smack there. So I do kind of tend to massage at night my orbital bone and do that, which helps a bit. But yeah, so sometimes it can lead to a full headache, but most of the time it's just tension.
Is it affecting your sleep?
A little bit, yeah, because it's taken me longer to get to sleep.
What I plan to do, because you've said whatever will help, so I'm going to throw bits of things at you. I am going to release some cranials, release your neck and check it. I'm going to look in your ears with an otoscope, see what's going on, maybe do some candling. I'm going to massage the ears and, give them a good stretch. That always helps open. But also do some ear seeds. Yeah? Are you happy with that mixture? A bit of everything.
Yeah, sounds great.
I don't know how long it's going to take.
Yeah, that's okay, that's all right.
So, if you'd like to get on the couch.
Thank you.
Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to check your neck. pillow. So quite often necks can attribute to head tension, whether it's congestion or restriction of blood vessels and nerves. So I'm just having a little feel how your neck is structurally. I'm just turning to one side, having a feel down the centre, the vertebrae. Yeah, can you feel that?
Mm-hmm.
So that's at about C3. Just relax, relax. That's it, lovely. Let go, let go. I'm just going to hold it for a moment. Breathing into it. And the breath, I can feel it easing straight away. The breath will let that restriction go. Lovely. And coming up to C1, right at the top under the occiput. Yeah, it's quite tight there as well, but I just want to check the rest of it before relieving that top C1. That's it, I'm just nudging it to one side from left to right, because every vertebra should work independently. They should work on its own, being able to turn left and right and angled side to side as well. Leaning down one side and then the other, so it should work independently, but quite often they don't. They're restricted or just held with tension. And then I'm coming up to the spinal processes, so these are the arms of each vertebra, and just again nudging them from right to left, so round as if you're turning the head. There should be, and there is, a little turn. I can feel it in my right hand as you're moving your whole head and neck gently, gently, slightly over to the right as I'm nudging those vertebrae around. That's exactly what should happen. It's gone nice and rosy, which is a good sign. Just going to repeat that exercise to this side. So looking at the spinal processes, and then on the vertebrae themselves, walking up the neck. And again, it's the same one, C3, letting it go. I can feel the tension there. We tend to hold on when there's a restriction, and sometimes on the neck, when there is a restriction there. I had it done to me on Monday. I had a swap core therapy with a friend, and when she did my neck and there's a vertebra slightly in the wrong place, and she puts her fingers straight in like this, and it can feel like a sort of dull bruised sensation. It's like a nerve feeling, but you know it's doing good, because you know, yes, you've got the right place. Get rid of that feeling. And then back to the processes, seeing if they're moving a bit better now that the vertebra should be. How's it feeling, Roisin?
Sore on this side.
Worse than the...
Yeah, weirdly.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so we're just going to hold that for a moment, breathing into it. That's it, lovely. I love it when once the fingers are in the neck, you can just really let go and go heavy. coming up and pushing each vertebra again. Lovely, beautiful movement. And now a neck release. I'm just going to form a line with my finger pads, raising, letting the head tilt back. So the whole weight is tilting from that hinge point at the very top of the spine and bottom of the occiput. Then I'm just holding it there. And what this does is multiple things. So it creates a hinge that helps to bring in some space at this point that there should be space and often isn't. And it also warms the area, but even more importantly, it tells your subconscious that this is the area that needs correcting. There you go, beautiful release. That needs correcting, and it will send all its energy at this moment to this point. Nice long breaths. So Roisin, when you came in, how congested was your head feeling if you give it a rating out of 10, 10 being the worst?
7.
And how are you feeling right now?
2, 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where is any congestion that remains?
Rather than it being the centre, it's now kind of my temples.
Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to give a little stretch and feel into the cervicals, which is the neck vertebrae. I think that C3 on the right is still sore. She says, putting her thumb right in. There you go, let go, let go. That's it, lovely. So I've got my thumb quite deeply pushing against the right side of the C3, and then the muscles will let go, the nerves will be able to communicate more effectively, the circulation, that's the red and the white blood cells, circulation will flow more easily, and hence congestion leaves us. The head will feel clearer. And it's almost like the longer you're there, the longer relaxation and a beautiful stillness and clarity arrives. Feeling in between the upper thoracics, there's quite a lot of tension here. So I'm going to bring the cushion back. And lovely hair coming all the way back. And I'm going to feel into these muscles. So this is the diamond shape of the trapezius. Again, pushing the spine like I did with the neck in the upper traps and the upper thoracics, left to right, and then squeezing those, the centre of the trapezius. It can feel very tense here, using quite strong hands. And come a little bit further down. Again, nudge nudging the spine side to side. Oh, that one feels a little congested. So that is about T4, thoracic 4, which when congested can lead to shallow breathing and shortness of breath because it relates to the lungs. And when it's open and clear, it makes us feel really free. So good, that's much better. And a stretch. I'm just going to do a neck stretch while I'm here, so nudging that shoulder down. And a good stretch round. And the other side, nudging the shoulder down. And a stretch, pulling the head the opposite direction. And a little bit of cranial work now, so I'm just tuning into the temporal bone around the side here and the occiput where my fingers lie. And the connection between the temporal and the occiput is a beautiful friendship where they touch, but also every time we breathe in, they open and extend, just like all of the cranials. And every time we exhale, they come back together again. And it's a lovely massaging effect to the whole cranium and everything that it contains, which is a lot. It's our computer. Our brain, our glands, the control centre for hormone distribution, and of course at the moment the head congestion that Roisin is feeling. So by tuning into these bones that are opening and contracting with each breath, I'm also feeling into what's going on inside energetically. And like all of us, there's a lot going on. There's very busy brain patterns. There's a high vibration. But there is also a feeling and an intention of being open to tranquility. That feeling of knowing that we are busy and lead frenetic lives, but also that we intend to calm and relax. We make time for ourselves. We invest in our health. And this beautiful intention is received in the brain from the heart. And the brain starts to relax. Just another little couple of techniques of cranial balancing using 2 fingers either side at the temples, on the frontal bone. This is a technique called ESR, Emotional Stress Release. And at this part of the brain, once connected in this way, has a signal to it that everything is okay and it is time to let go. Release any emotional strains, any stresses, decision making, subjects that weigh heavy. Just for the moment, letting everything go. The only thing that is important right now is being here now. Being in your body, in your soul, and feeling that peace. Letting any cares and worries come out through these fingers, out into the air, up into the skies, circulated and absorbed into the land where Mother Nature receives them with open arms, never judging, always accepting and allowing these cares and worries to be absorbed. And then we are able to receive goodness that comes recycled from the earth up into the heavens, down through the skies and clouds, and absorbed back into us as pure goodness, heavenly goodness. And there is a lightness to the forehead, the temples, the brow line. There is a lightness to the brain, thought patterns, everything in life now just feels lighter. So I'm now going to reintroduce my hands to the face, just to do a little sinus and glandular massage to check and treat the face. At first, just checking the muscles, feeling where there might be any cool or heat or any particular tightness. So the jaw feels quite tight, especially on the left-hand side. And the temples. Maybe more on the left of the brow line. A little swollen again on the left of the sinus. So just going to start off with some acupressure holds. Taking some nice long breaths. Introducing my little fingers to the start of the sinuses, just under the eyes, with the intention of a finger pad massage, but also a slight direction towards the ears. There's a little rosiness coming, which is a really good sign. And pulling back the ears at the very fronts there. Coming underneath the zygomatic bone, the cheekbone, round underneath those apples of the cheeks, with that outward pressure, urging any congestion to leave the front of the face, the congested area each side of the nose, and then sweeping over the same line to reiterate the direction that any congestion must take. And down to the ears, and giving them a little pull. Onto the lobes. then round the helix, cartilage, pulling in a massage kind of way to stretch. Nice feeling to get that all free again. And then finger in front, couple behind, massaging around in a circle, giving them a stretch. And then over that beautiful piece of skin, that hair doesn't grow, just above the ear line, that's always so soft. Bringing it up in a circle, a little rotation, which obviously rotates the ear as well. And then the back of the ear, again, that lovely skin there in front of that bone that is shaped, and so there's a lovely well there for this lovely skin. That's good. And then a little scalp massage coming into the temples again, separating the hands with a beautiful initial effleurage. And then pushing as my body pushes against my wrists and the hands are flat against the top of the head, the parietals. It pushes down, separates over that sagittal suture. Okay, Roisin, would you like to turn on to... Now then, do you have a worse ear? Is one more congested than the other?
Possibly this one. There was a
Your
slight...
left. So if you could turn onto your left first of all. Having a look at the ear. Just going to look with the otoscope. I can't see any particular congestion. There's no obvious blockage. There isn't too much wax or hair, which can also irritate sometimes. I'm not so sure about candling. What's your thoughts? Did you particularly want candling
No,
today?
I mean, if there's not particularly. No.
I mean, it might be a different story with your other ear. I won't know until I look at it. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But for now, I think I'm just going to put some ear seeds on this side. But again, we'll check with the pointer and see what your ear tells us. Before I do that, just got a little alcohol wipe. I'm just going to clean the ear. And it's more suitable for applying any acupressure seeds. There's the ear. So I'm going to start off by looking at the forehead. Just supporting the ear, holding it out. And tell me any of these that are any soreness.
There.
Okay. Interestingly, I've said this before, it's always the one that makes more of an indentation, and that is lasting longer than any of the others. So I have a choice of rainbow acuseeds, which are from the company Acupips, or the skin-coloured ones, and I normally tend to put a few skin-coloured and maybe one rainbow-coloured one if you wanted one to look like a piercing.
Sure, yeah, that sounds good to me.
Sound okay? So I'm just showing the camera how they look. So they have these natural seeds on one side and then just a fabric plaster on the other. So I'm just removing the first acuseed with the tweezers. Just going to place that in. I can still see exactly where it was. And patting it down and giving it a little press. There you go. Can you feel that point? Yeah. So that still feels a bit sore. So these will stay on for a few days, and in that time, wherever they are on the ear, they might be different one ear to the other. Just give them a little tweak, a little agitation, and that will keep that acuseed working for that place. So in this case, that's actually the forehead there. So now just looking at one of the key places. Again, tell me any that are particularly sore.
There.
Okay, I'm just going to do a few.
That one, that last one.
That one?
Yeah.
And that one.
I'd say
this one.
that one, yeah.
Okay. Shaman. There we go. I got the right place.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can feel that? Yeah, that's quite a key place that will really help you. Just checking another key place now. So just along this bridge here, the centre of the ear, any of these. Oh, just supporting that in place. They feel okay?
Yeah, down.
The last
yeah,
one?
yeah.
That one?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think so.
Do you want me to do them again?
Yes, please. That last point.
That one.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yep. It's interesting, you've got an Orion's belt of them at the moment. They're in a nice straight line. So that one's called, just here, is called 0.0. This is Shen Man, and this is the forehead. So just working a little bit higher. So this one would be an antihistamine place, in case the congestion is to do with histamine. They feel okay?
Yeah.
Great, that's a good sign. They're making good indentations, but they're feeling okay, yeah? Okay. Now, just coming to the front, I want to check the nose because of the congestion at the top of the nose. Just going to support the ear here, and then testing these places. How are these?
Sore.
All of them. Any worse than another?
The last. That one. Yeah, there.
Okay, yeah, I can still see it. Would you like a piercing there? That's quite a cool place to have a piercing.
Yeah, sure.
Do we have a preference on colour? Ooh.
Is that like a purpley one?
Purple?
Yes, please.
Can you still feel it? So this is the nose acupressure place. That's an interesting point, isn't it? That maybe it is coming from your nose, that congestion you're feeling.
Maybe.
You'll know more once you've had your eye test, of course. So while you're still lying on your side, I'm just going to give your ear a little bit of gua sha with some pointed crystals, if that's all right with you. Just lying them on your hair, so don't move. They look beautiful on your hair, gorgeous silky hair. We have the tiger's eye. We have
Lapis lazuli.
oh, well done. We've got a lovely amethyst. It's a raw stone, it hasn't been polished, and a lovely clear quartz. Oh, and of course my carnelian. So just going to start off, going to press as I move on those 4 points where you have acuseeds. Along 0.0, along near Shen Man. Down the spine. The head, stretching it out, clearing the head through the reflex points of the ear. into the forehead, temples. Lovely. Tiger's eye. Nice and cooling with that lovely pointed wand. Holding, supporting, stretching the ear out. And then into the helix and stretching it from inside. Nice and cool. And the clear quartz over the cartilage, which can sometimes be quite sore along this line. Bouncing it up there, a bit like bouncing your spine in tween R when I do the core therapy. Bouncing it, encouraging the vertebrae to move separately. And the amethyst, instilling love, instilling plenty of love. Again, agitating each of the acuseeds. Oh, lovely. That feels so nice. I can feel it. I can feel it having an effect. And the lapis lazuli. So I know this also resonates with the third eye chakra, which is in exactly the place that Roisin has been getting some tension. So it'll help send that lovely energy to do with the third eye of enlightenment and clairvoyance and intuition and intelligence and mentality, but above all, that wonderful feeling of just knowing. We know when we know. Okay, can you turn over onto your right side and we will look at the left ear. Just using the alcohol wipe on the ear. Having a look with the otoscope. Exactly same as the other ear. So no particular congestion that I can see, no blockage. It's not red or inflamed. It's not particularly hairy or waxy. Looks okay to me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to check for similar points to your right hand side. So we're going to start off with the forehead, just supporting the ear behind. They feel okay.
That very last point.
That one?
Further down, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. together.
And we're going to have a look at Shen Man. I think this happened before. I did quite a few before you mentioned one, but if they're okay, they're okay.
Yeah, I'm all right with this side on that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because this side ear was slightly worse congestion than the other. So now we're going to have a look at point 0, coming along this bridge. Just supporting the ear inside.
And there.
Okay, I can still see it, yes. Got the right place?
Yeah.
That's a good one. And then we're going to have a look at the nose. So, coming to the front, just supporting the ear inside.
There.
Okay, right up there. Have I got the right place? Yep. So that's nose, forehead, point 0. And we don't need one on Shen Men. Antihistamine, that was the other one. So that's up here. Didn't need one on the other side, but you never know. Any of these?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to use some crystals. Again, the carnelian, this lovely twisted stone. It's got a nice spiral to the pattern coming over the Shen Man and antihistamine area, down the spine, to the head, eye, forehead, nose, and out. Tiger's eye, rolling, running it over the ear, and then that cooling stone into the helix, round and down. Amethyst again, cooling stone, that lovely pointed end, the raw unrolled crystal into the ear, smoothing, massaging, clearing lovely feeling of instilling love with that amethyst, and round the back, nice and cold, up in that beautiful soft skin behind and above the ear, giving it a little stretch. And the clear quartz, nice on the temple as well. The front of the ear, round, so clear quartz has that lovely feeling. It's good for everything, really. It's a bit like lavender essential oil in the aromatherapy world. It's a bit of a catch-all, clear quartz, lovely stone, and it has the effect here of just balancing, putting everything into perspective. And then ending with the lapis lazuli, round. So this is the one that helps us with our mentality and intuition, clairvoyance, that knowing feeling when we just have a sense that we know so much in life, whether it's what we've learned, what we've studied, what we've taken on from our parents and our families. But mainly it's our subconscious. We just know. Lovely nails. Thanks. Okay, so I'm just clearing this place. Clearing, seeing it come out. Seeing it come out. Letting go. Neck. Scalp. Ear. Face. Jaw. Browline. Frontal bone. Okay, so forehead. And holding on to that sense of all is well. All is well. All is in hand. All is as it should be. Everything is taking its rightful course. Okay, heavy into the couch. And taking 3 long breaths. And having a little stretch with fingers and toes. Rolling your shoulders, and if you feel like it, bringing your arms over your head good long stretch. How do you feel?
Much more relaxed. Everything feels a bit smoother. Like it's just been, yeah. And it's it might be a nose congestion thing rather than ear congestion thing, which I hadn't thought of. But yeah, everything feels looser.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, carry on tweaking your acuseeds, and the nose one is the jeweled one, so you'll nose that. And out of 10, how's the congestion?
Like a 1.5 now.
Okay,
Yeah.
lovely. That's a good number. But I'd like 0. So you must message me and tell me what number. You know, in a couple of days, or once you've been to the optician.
Yeah.
See how you get on.
With the ear seeds, will they just what's the aftercare with them? Will they just fall off
really
when they're
good
ready?
Question. You can shower as normal. If they annoy you, I've had the odd person where they're literally sitting on a piece of cartilage, and so when you're lying in your bed and you're on your side, if it's in a particular place that's like, because it's an acupressure point that is particularly sore, and then you've got an ear seed on it and you're lying on it in your bed, then you might want to remove it. You could always remove it and put it back on when you're up and about if it's still sticky. But the thing is, once it's been on, it probably won't be sticky enough to stay. But they should last maybe 5 days, something like that. Okay, see how you get on with them.
Great.
And thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.